What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the after credit scene with our episode 3 predictions for Ms. Marvel. As always, like and subscribe to our channel and then hit the notification bell so when we drop new content, you'll be the first ones to know about it. The episode last week was really great. There was a whole lot of plot movement and a whole lot of new and interesting things. But as far as giving us any clues or giving me any clues as to what's coming in the next few episodes, the prediction palette, so to speak, was pretty sparse. And so we got a few confirmations of some things, but nothing really concrete. So we're going to talk through some of those things, but add your comments here, add your theories, because as you can see, some of my predictions, except for one here, are going to be pretty sparse when it comes to what I think's going on. So the ancestral plane, I think, is almost assuredly a thing with the visions that Kamala is having over with her grandmother and those kind of things. At least I think that's who it is. This could take a detour way off into the other, some other realm or some other, plot line. But it appears to be her grandmother. She's trying to find out things about her grandmother. That seems to be where the story's going. I think the ancestral plane stuff and the past stuff about her grandmother is definitely going to be where these powers and some of these Wakandan connections that I think are getting made definitely rear their head. So the ancestral plane, I'm saying that's a definite thing here. I think damage control ramps up their search. I think, we saw them with the drones, we saw them with the guns, but after encountering Kamala and her evading them rather quickly and seeing her speed away with some stranger, I think there's a lot of storms ahead here for what damage control is going to do. Again, I don't think they're the bad guys, but they certainly are causing a lot of collateral damage, and they play up a lot of problems whenever anybody arises with powers and those kind of things. And so I think the story is gearing up to pit them as the bad guy, but I think there's some teases coming as well. Also, again, along this same line of power invites challenge, I also added here, it creates a big target. And the problem here that I see is that Kamala is just continuing to add more lies. She's hiding things from her brother. She's hiding things from her mother. She has a secret identity at school. And so all of those different worlds and wrestling with that becomes a lot more complicated when it comes to who she wants to be and how she wants to figure out who she is. And so it's almost as though they're ramping up the drama and ramping up the complexity of the teenage angst when it comes to who am I and who do I want to be, in favor of helping her try to figure that out. Secret identity, powers, her school, her friends, the cultural differences that she's wrestling with. All of those things are going to make for a lot of headbutting. And her lies are only going to make that worse. And she's going to have to come to grips with that and reconcile that and figure out how to do both or be both or pick one or the other. And so to me, whenever that happens, those resolutions are going to be really great, at least from what I gather from the tenor of the show. So you be the judge. I think that's where they're going with it. As far as I can tell here, I think this becomes a race against time. And again, I put sparks or lightning here. I think this could be a good thing. I think it could be a bad thing. But when does the superpower world catch up with Kamala? When do any kind of Avengers-esque heroes or people that we've already seen, when do they start coming into the mix, taking notice? Because damage control knows who's going to catch her first. Good guys, bad guys, people with nefarious motives. It's a race against time to see who connects with her first and who wins her trust, while all at the same time, Kamala trying to figure out stuff about her past and trying to figure out how to use her powers, and it's all happening at the same time. There's a lot of really good drama and really good complexity to this story, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out. The drama gets a little bit bigger, and I am starting to double down on, again, like I said over here, all of these different complexities and these storms that are brewing. It's not just bullies and damage control that she has to worry about. It's school versus her family versus her powers versus the powers that be, the people that are coming after her, the people that are looking to exploit her powers. Which leads me to our next mystery woman over here, the woman that is in Kamran's car, who says, I've been looking for you, I've been waiting for you, it's been a long time. However, she says that, how does this woman know who Kamala is, and do they know about her powers, and have they been watching this for a long time? Is this somebody that's related to her? At first I thought it was her grandmother, but if it is, that can't be true. I don't think it's the same woman from the visions, and I kind of looked at that because that was my first thought, but you never know. They could throw some twist in there. It wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility. Having said that, lastly, I told you guys I was going to keep this thread going. I was going to remind you of this every week because it's going to be important. I think with the way the story was written, just from a directing standpoint, a writing standpoint, you need to watch for threads in this show connecting to other things. They have a lot of heavy lifting to do when it comes to the movies that are coming after this, the stories that came before it, and telling a solid origin story that could potentially stand alone if somebody doesn't see the Ms. Marvel TV show going into the movies. While I think Disney would love and Marvel would love for us to ingest all of the content on TV, they can't do it so much that a TV show on another platform becomes required viewing, because then they get into this marketing dilemma where people are going to drop off because they don't want to have to pay for a $12, $8 subscription just to be able to catch up on their shows. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere that explains to them, even if it's just in the movie somehow. So the show has to be able to do this origin story, so if people from the movies want to go see it, they can, but it has to tell an original story so that the people watching on TV don't feel like they're getting gypped when it comes to content. So, what do you guys think? Like I said, there's some theories here, but they all kind of flow in the same vein, which kind of makes me think I'm on the right track, but also could mean if I'm following a rabbit trail here, I've diverged really heavily from where they're trying to go. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I'm curious about your theories. Share them in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe to the channel, and then share this thing all across the multiverse. And as always, when the next one drops, guys, we'll see you right back here. Later.